Well, I'm at that spot that I scouted, seen those fresh rubs and that scrape in, kind of the CRP brushy area. Scouted it this morning, decided to come right back in and hunt it and just see what was going on. It looked like there was quite a bit of deer activity just in that general area, in that CRP kind of brushy kind of bottom area. So headed back in, we'll see what we see. I can see quite a way, so nothing else that'll make a good observation set. That fresh sign was there. That's what we've been looking for, so we'll head in now. Not too bad of a walk, shorter than usual, so just head straight down an old railroad track here to get in, and we'll see what happens. The wind's picked up a little bit. It's a little bit breezier than I want, but it's out of the south, so it's going to be blowing perfect direction to go in and hunt that stand. So we'll get everything set. Go in with a stand, just because how I'm shooting out of my tree saddle, the tree I found, I won't be able to sit that direction because some limbs are in the way. So I'm going to have to use a tree stand, so maybe a little bit heavier of a load. Just not able to get that tree saddle in that tree, just based on how I'm comfortable shooting at this point in that tree saddle. So grab the stand, put the backpack on it, and we'll do it the heavy way. Grab the bow and we'll head in there. Slight change of plans. Still pretty much in the same spot. The other tree was just right on the other side here, but it's way windier than it was this morning. That tree's out in the open, and I'm going to be moving like crazy in this wind. So I opted for a slightly different spot, only 9 feet maybe up off the ground under this oak, but it's going to work to be able to shoot out. Got a gap I can shoot out of, so that'll work good. Nice spot to shoot out of. I can still see right down where I need to. You can see this top. The fallow field's going to be a little bit harder to see looking through this cedar, but it's pretty thin. With binoculars I'll be able to see if there's anything out there. Just won't be able to shoot that way, but I couldn't shoot that way from that spot anyways, so a little bit less of a view than that other spot, but still good enough to get that buck if he comes up top. So I'm going to get the stuff, get climbed up there, and then wait him out. Well, all set up here. It's not the best spot in the world. I only have one little shooting lane because this oak tree is so thick, but like I said, that other tree is out in the open, and it's too windy to be up in a tree that's out in the open with nothing on it, moving around too much. So got a good hide. He shouldn't see me up in here, but he's gonna have to walk right along this edge. It'd be a nice close shot if he does, but the main thing is I can see at least what I want to see if he's coming out of that area or not. So that's the main thing. I can see what I need to see. I can see that edge where all those scrapes were, or where all those rubs were rather, and where that one scrape was. I can see if he's coming out of there. So I can also see a little bit of this kind of alfalfa field. Again, not as good as I wanted, but I'll be able to see through the cedar tree a little bit with the binoculars and see if there's anything down there using that. So got a couple hours, sit and wait. Hopefully we'll see something. The sign is there to show us that there's something in there, but we'll see if he comes out this way or works the other way. Again, the whole plan with this sit was based on the scouting I did this morning, and that those rubs were leading along this edge, heading back down into there. So I'm going to look at the map, see if we can get on the other side. There's a creek right there. I don't think we can get any closer. He's bedded right down in there by the creek based on kind of how the terrain lays and where those rubs are going. That's our best guess as to where he's bedded. But he should work his way up along this trail that runs out this way. Maybe he's going out to this ag field or just working his way along. Not quite sure where he's going exactly, but he should work his way right around this edge. Hopefully he comes right here. Like I said, my shot's not the best. But it's the only one I got based on the conditions. Just too windy to get in that other tree, but it's just based on that fresh sign scouting that we did this morning. We found the fresh sign, so we're going to sit over it, see what happens, see if he's working his way out. And it is only one night with this fresh sign. Someone might come back another night just to make sure that it wasn't just a fluke. That when we sat here, if we happened to not see him, that we didn't actually see him. It wasn't just a fluke. He went out a different direction or something like that. So, but that fresh sign is kind of what we're keying in on now. So hopefully it works its way out, and I can see it happening in my mind. But if it's actually going to happen, with the luck we've been having, it's probably not. But if we can just see a couple does, maybe get a buck to come out of there, it'd be a good night. So see what happens. Well, we're getting towards the end of shooting line, and there's a bunch of deer on this field. I gotta climb down quietly, try to get footage of them because I can't see them. I got some of them, but there's way more out there than I thought. So, climb down quiet and take the camera with me. Well, turns out that in-season scouting that I did worked out to our advantage. Quite a few bucks out there, one decent buck that Brody's going to end up going back seeing if he can't get a better look at him. It was getting pretty dark and the film was pretty grainy. I could only see him a little bit through the binoculars, so Brody's going to go back, see if he can't get a better look, see if that's a buck we want to go after or not. But regardless, quite a few deer out there, quite a few younger bucks out there. So Brody's going to go back, like I said, sit over that plot, and if nothing else, see where they're coming from, see where they're bedded, so that it helps us later on, and maybe we can dive into there and hopefully get on some larger bucks from there. So it worked out. In-season scouting, definitely beneficial. I didn't know it would cause such an uproar as it did. I didn't think it was that taboo of a thing to do. I know a lot of people that go in and do in-season scouting. Whether you're walking to your stand or not, you're usually doing some sort of in-season scouting. So didn't know it would be that controversial. But apparently it was. But we do in-season scouting. Obviously it worked. This is proof of it, that it works. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But we do it. Obviously, when we weren't seeing the deer, you got to do something different to try to get on the deer. So that's what we were doing, and it worked. I actually walked right where those deer came out of, where I think they came out of, and walked down and around that food plot, walked to the other end, had those does walk right up on me. And what do you know, they're all out there in the food plot again, so must not have affected them too bad. So, like I mentioned, keep tuning in. Brody's going to go back to that food plot, see what he can't see if he can tell where they're coming out, see if we can't get a game plan together. October, finally here today, October 1st, as I'm getting some stuff ready to go hunt, maybe this evening if the rain quits. So, we're back out there. Finally, we get some cold days. We're going to be going back to the old river unit that we used to hunt, and then we got a pretty good set of information on another piece of property, the rifle property that we've been hunting, that looks like there's quite a few bucks down there. So we might be headed down there in the near future as well. So keep tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.